Hey everybody, so in the last tutorial we went over how to put some content into your page and in the correct format that I'm kind of requiring for the website. In this one I want to show you a little bit of a lesson in page management and page locations. Then I want to re-clarify some things from previous tutorials, and after that we'll get right to editing that test member page that we created in one of the previous tutorials. So right now I'm going to sign in as the test member, or not the test member, excuse me, I'm going to sign in as the admin. So I want to show you all the different pages and the properties of those pages. You can't view properties of pages I've created, so you have to be logged in as the admin. Go to the sitemap and you'll notice that I've condensed it down quite a bit. These 5 items are what you will see at the top of every page on the website: home, about, members, events, and search. So if we go visit the home page, you'll see that that's across the top, and this will appear on every page. So if we were to click through these, it would still be there. It's on every page. It should be on every page that you create, but I'm going to have to show you how to put it in so that we make sure that it's the same. So yeah, that's basically how it is, because you can access anything on the website from those 5 menu items, especially using the search bar, of course. So it makes sense to have these be the 5 main pages. But also notice that we can click down on these things to expand them, and this is how the links are created for the pages that you make. So as you can think on your computer, a file exists in a folder, which exists in a directory, which exists on a drive in your computer. This goes the same way for websites. A post is written by a member, and the member is part of a group of members, and the member is a part of the website. So the link is created that way. If we look here and we go to properties on the home tab, you'll notice there's no extension. DesignSocially.com is the home page, so that makes sense. If we go to about, since this is one of the links within the home page, it's going to be different. It's going to be .com/about, and the same goes for each one of these, .com/members, and so on. So if we expand this out, all the members here will have their own link. So it would be DesignSocially.com/members/ their name. And I'll show you that. DesignSocially.com/members/ name. And if we were to expand out the member, if they have made pages, those pages will be DesignSocially.com/members/ the name of that member / the name of the post. And so when you're creating a page, in order to make sure that your links are created correctly, you need to make sure that you're on your member homepage, if you will. This is my main member page, where your bio, this is where your member bio should be. So if I were to click on, well, just to let you know, if I click add page, the page will be created underneath my member page, and that's what we want. But if I were, say, on this sociology page here, if I were to click, I'll show you what it does. I'll say add page, and just put some blah text in, and just choose the format, add page. This is just an example. If I go back to the dashboard and view the sitemap, you're going to notice that that page was made underneath the page I was on, and that was the Critical Insight blog for sociology. Click on that and that page was created underneath it. So I'm going to delete that. I don't want that there. Or actually what I could do is just move it up. I want it to be underneath my member's name, my member name. So I'm going to click that and just put it there. It'll ask if you want to move it there. You say go, and it'll just move it right where you want it. Alright, there it is. So that's just one thing you need to know. Any page you create should just go under your member page. It'll help reduce the links, because if you have pages within your pages, then the links will just keep on getting longer and longer and longer, as you could imagine. So I'm just going to delete this page. We don't need that. And so yeah, that's your little lesson on page management. If you have any questions or you're confused, just let me know and I can help you out. But for right now, I'm going to sign out and log back in as the test member and show you how to edit your page and clarify some things. So remember how I was saying you could send messages back and forth in the dashboard? Well, I disabled the public profiles because I really don't think that that's the best way to keep in touch. I think email is much easier. So since we all know each other's emails, we'll just make that the main way of communication. We also have the Facebook group as well. Another thing is when you log in now, it takes you right to the dashboard instead of to the home page, because if you tried logging in before, it wouldn't let you get to here. So so now one thing I do need to look into is changing the settings to where when each specific member logs in, it takes them straight to their member page, because that's the page they can edit. Just make it quicker for you to get to where you need to be for editing. But for right now, you have to it'll just take you back to the dashboard, and you'll have to find your page in the sitemap. It's fairly simple anyways, but I do look forward to changing that. So we're going to find the page that we want to edit, which is the test member page. We'll visit that. And this is what we had done in the last tutorial. We put this text in with the footer and the header in the correct format. And so I'm going to show you how to recreate this Infinite Passion post that I made. So I'm just going to do this. I have what we want to create on the left side and what we need to change on the right. So we're going to just go all the way just down this list through the pages here, and it'll give you a good idea of how you can edit your sidebars. So we're going to say edit page over here, and we want to get this image in here. So we're just going to select on, we'll say the nav title. It doesn't really matter too much. We'll say add block, and it's an image, obviously, so we'll choose image and it's right here on top. And one thing that you'll notice if you go into properties, the width and height, that's the default size of the file that you uploaded, but if you change that, you're going to want to change that for the sidebar. The sidebar is it's a 200 pixel width, so you'll want to change it to match that. So we'll say close, but we do want to choose this file, and we can make this link clickable. So since it's my name logo, I'm going to say /Kyle-Richards, and that'll make the link clickable to go back to my member homepage. Alt text is optional, and the width, since you saw the width was like 1000 something, if we just change the width to 200 and leave the height blank, it'll automatically proportion that to what we want it to be. So, or whatever the lowest one of these are, it will just proportion it, it'll scale it down for you. So we're just going to put 200 in for the width, and it'll make it just the way we want it. And you'll see that that looks nice and full width on that 200 pixel sidebar. And we're going to want to make sure it's centered, so we'll just, to make sure, we'll go into the block style and change the alignment to center and say update. Alright, and so that's going to look exactly like we see it on this left side. And the next thing is art and design interests. We can put this under add to sidebar because it's just content. So add a block, and you'll remember how to do this because we did this over here in the main content part of the page. So it's a content block, and the header, we're going to change the format to heading 1, and that's going to say email. And then since it's all in one block, you can have the format all be in one block. You can just change this to, or you hit enter and it changes it to paragraph, and you can type in the email. Alright, we'll say add, and that should put that block in down here, and we want to move this up underneath that image because that's where it shows up over here. And then save positioning, and it put it where we want it. And so the next thing down is social networks. For this, we'll add a block, and it's down here. Just scroll through till you see social icons. Click that, and I have a Facebook page as an artist page for myself. So I need the URL for that, and I already have the tab open here. So I can just click on that tab, copy that URL, paste it in, and then for the Google Plus page for the website, I have that open as well, so I'll just copy that, paste that in, and there's a whole bunch of them here. If you want to reference back to any pages that you have, then you can by all means do that. And we'll say use large icons. I haven't clicked that before, so we'll see what happens. So we'll click add, and it should plop those right in there, and that actually looks really nice. I might change this over here to the big icons. That's neat. But anyways, that's what it looks like, but you'll notice we don't have that header, so we need to add to sidebar. We obviously can't add the header in the social icons block, so we need to put a new one in. Go to heading 1 and say social networks. I mean, people probably know that they're social networks, but it just helps divide the page up a little bit more. So I'll move this header block up above. Well, we're going to put it up here underneath the emails to make sure everything's in the right order. So we'll save positioning. Everything is where we want it to be. And I'm not going to go through and show you how to link to all these. I'm sure it's pretty straightforward for how you do that. The next thing down is the pages, and this can be kind of complicated because if you were to put all these links into the add to sidebar, it wouldn't give these pages that gray highlight like this, because if it's in the sidebar, it just wants it to be body text. So you need to make sure that you click on the add to sidebar nav. We'll say add block, and it's another content block. Anything with text is pretty much content. You can add the link here. So the heading 1 is going to be pages, just like we see over here. And we hit enter down and we just put the names, what we want those links to be. So it's going to say sociology, the next one down is architecture portfolio, and the next one is graphic design portfolio. And we'll say add, and I'll show you what it looks like, and it is just like what you would think. It's just without the links on it. So we need to edit that, select that word, and since we have this tab open over here, I'll click on it, and that'll give me the link up here in the URL for the browser. So I'll just copy that. We want to link this to that page. It's going to open in the same window. The title is Sociology. Insert, and we'll select this text here. You can go back, click the link so that I have the URL up here. Oh, and that one's not working. I must not have set the link correctly, but we'll just go with it anyways. I'll click to edit the link. I know what the link should be, so I'll put that in. So since you already had your lesson in page management, you might have an idea of what it would be. So .com/members/Kyle- my last name / name of the post, or name of the page, which is architecture portfolio. And the reason why that page didn't come up is probably because I don't have the settings set for you to view that page yet, which would make sense. So it's going to open in the same window again, and the name of it is architecture portfolio. And the reason why we can't access it over here is because the session is still open in this tab, so the session's open in this one as well. We're signed in as the test member in both of them. That's why it wouldn't let us see it. So we'll say insert, and we'll do this one as well. I'm not sure if this link is going to work either. Okay, yeah, this one works. So we'll copy that, come back over here, click on the link, put that URL in, and then open in the same window, and this one is graphic design portfolio. Say insert. Alright, now if we update this, it shouldn't show those highlighted because we put it in the sidebar nav. And what that means is it's meant for navigating through other pages on the website, so it wants to give priority to those links. If you were to put it in the sidebar, it would just show the links as a darkened color and underlined like these ones are over here. So that's how you can go to editing your sidebar. I don't want to make this tutorial too long, so we'll stop right there. And in the next tutorial, I'll show you. I'm not going to show you how to do these two here because they're kind of custom, but I'll show you how to put in the YouTube video here, as well as these kind of plugins here, so that you can have your users add them to their pages and whatnot. I'll show you how to put in the content block here, and then also we'll go through these images and how to put those in. So it's starting to get a little more easy for you, I'm sure, but I want to show you all the way through how we get this page looking like this one. So thanks for listening again, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.